Greetings, fellow adventurers. Timberwolf here, another Diablo 4 adventure. So, and I apologize, I haven't been getting back to the comments lately. I've been just grinding so hard to try to get to level 100, which is the next milestone here, and I'm almost there, which is why we're tuning in today. Hopefully we'll get that done. And Season of Blood, of course, is always, cool. It's, it's probably my favorite season of any game I've ever played. Because, I mean, vampires and werewolves and demons, I mean, you can't go wrong. So it's gonna be really heartbreaking when that season ends, but enjoy it while it lasts. So that continues till January 23rd. And on top of that, they put in this new one here, the Midwinter Blight. And this is really fascinating because, if you've been around a while and you've done some studying outside of the socially acceptable mainstream media type realms, you'll know as well as I do that the Christmas holiday that we celebrate here in the States particularly is nothing. It basically has nothing to do with Christianity. It's all pagan rituals that have been renamed and rebranded and repurposed. And honestly, in fact, up until the mid 1800s, the Church of England forbade anyone to celebrate Christmas because they knew for a fact that it was based on a pagan ritual. In fact, it was based on some satanic pagan rituals, even some parts of it in different parts of the world. In fact, Santa didn't come from the whole Saint Nick thing that we've been told in Sunday school and stuff like that. No, he's actually that name is just taken from a very ancient demonic being. We call him Saint Nick. Well, he was actually Pell's Nickel, and he had red fur. And he was not a nice guy. He was actually a very, very nasty creature. In fact, I think that's a lot of the Krampus legends that came out later were based on him. But yeah, so, and a lot of the other, like Yule, when we say Y-U-L-E, Yuletide, Yuletide celebration, and we use that in a lot of our Christmas songs, and yet most people here in this country, they don't even know what that means. They just say it, and they have no idea that Yule is actually an ancient Viking or Norse holiday. The Yule was basically celebrated in the north, up in Scandinavia and so forth, and basically it was a celebration of the winter solstice. And of course, in winter, back in the years, the 7th, 8th, 9th centuries. I mean, they didn't have central heat, right? So winter up there was a very dark, very bleak, and very, very brutally cold. A lot of people died in winter. Winter was it was not a happy time. Okay, unlike now, we have all this drunken revelry and stuff and celebrations. Nobody was really celebrating winter back then. It was like huddle in, stay inside, stay around the Yule fire. It was a big log that they set, and the idea was, we got to come in. The Christmas tree, the evergreen tree, see, it was based on an ancient tradition that they saw the evergreen tree as a symbol of life, because while in these temperate zones, that had rotating seasons, while all the other plants were dying in winter and their leaves all fell, the evergreen stayed green. So ancient superstitions, they believed that there was some kind of secret to immortality in these trees. So the tradition was, which is stupid, cut it down. Well, that kills it. So how is it immortal then? You just killed the damn thing. But they would put it in their houses, and they had this idea that some of that magic from the tree would bless their home, and that's where that came from. When we talk about it, celebrate the birthday of Jesus. Listen, Jesus was not born on December 25th. You know who was born on December 25th? That would be the son of Jupiter. Okay, that was born on December 25th. And he was the son of Jupiter's. His sacrament day was Sunday, and they celebrated his sacrament with bread and wine. That's where we got all that from. Um, Jesus himself was born in late summer, very early autumn, probably in August. Now, the reason why, when they teach in a church about the story about how the shepherds saw the Star of Bethlehem, and that's when they knew that he was born. Well, that right there tells you for a flat out fact it couldn't have happened in winter. And you ask, why is that? Well, Jerusalem in winter is brutally cold, especially at night. There are no shepherds out in the middle of the night. Nobody's outside at night. And yet, according to what we've been told, the shepherds saw the Star of Bethlehem when they were out, with their sheep. There weren't no shepherds outside in the winter. Never happened. Nuh-uh. So again, it had to have been better weather. So, and again, most deeper, if you really doing a lot of deep research, it does look like it was somewhere towards late summer. Another reason is because his mother Mary, who was before she had given labor, when she was suffering labor pains, and she was feeling uncomfortable one day, and she was guided to a small oasis where there were ripe dates, not ripe, ripe dates for her to eat from a date palm tree. And the type of dates that she was eating, and due to the ripeness, again, it coincides with that towards the end of summer, early autumn, which was, and then she actually had given birth to Jesus not soon after this incident here. So again, um, yeah. Oh, and the name of the son of Jupiter is Mithras, Mithras. Look him up. Okay. So, anyways, so I thought that this midwinter blight was really cool. That the Diablo guys, because the imagery that they've had and this idea that winter is scary and there are monsters and scary things out there, that coincides with the ancient traditions that the Christmas season used to have. To be honest with you, like I said, in its original origins, the holiday, the Yuletide season was not a fun season. It was a terrifying season. So this is brilliant, right? Okay, now you've had his history lesson for me. Okay, so what are we doing here? The Midwinter Blight. I'm sure there's lots of videos on it. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. Actually, all except one thing in the Midwinter Blight is all just cosmetics. Those are all the prizes you're going to get. I did get this really cool back trophy. How awesome is that? That looks super badass. And it goes with everything. Not really, but okay. I had to have it, so I was like, okay, I'll grind enough to get that thing, and I'll be done. But I'll show you how. There's a couple of cool things here, a couple of good places to grind, and we'll go over that real quick. One thing also that you can get out of this that's really awesome, the potions in this game, as you well know, only give you a 5% experience. Well, there is one called Gideon's Brew, that you can get from this event that gives you 15, which is, it's not earth-shattering like a lot of the people that have been writing about this event are like, oh, whopping 15. Whopping? No. Whopping was the mother's blessing that we had about a month ago, 35%. That's whopping. 15? And it's still kind of stingy. But you know what? It sure as heck is better than 5. And the grind in this game to get experience is just brutal. It takes so damn long to get anywhere. Okay. So anyways, this event all takes place in around Kielvashad. So, oops. So here we are, right? Just zoom it out. So this whole area here, the fractured peaks, this is pretty much where it happens. I have this little pattern that I figured out. What I do is I exit out of this gate here, and I make a beeline to this place, and I'm going to put a marker on there so I can find it. Basically, as you're out here running around, you're going to come across these things called blight fiends. They're They're like these little demon goat-like things. They're not like, they're more like skeletal demon goats. So yeah, they're not like the goat men. They're you know, the Khazra. No, they're a little bit different than that. You'll see in a minute. And there's these things, these constructs. I forgot what they're called. You want to kill them too. And you're going to keep picking up these blighted fragments. Okay, that's what you're after. Now, obviously, the blight beans are going to be mixed in with all the regular species that are going to be out here too. So, yeah, those species husks, they're called. You want to destroy them as well, so you can get these what they call lost heirlooms. Not that they're really any different from the blight fiends. You know, fragments. They're all going to do the same thing. You're going to, this is how you develop the currency that you're going to use to get the new transmogs and stuff. So you just kind of grind away, keep grinding away, and yeah. So I'm going to make the most of this because I'm going to make sure that we hit that level 100. Crossroads here, so I'm gonna take one of those potions. Gillian's Brew, there we go. See, it also increases your lucky hit chance by 15%. That's actually pretty cool. Maximum life as well. So yeah, this is a really good potion. Drink that. There we go. Now we're boosted for 45 minutes because I've got my potions maxed out. So it's gonna, if you're earlier level, it's not gonna last that long. Probably last half hour, but still. So there's, you know, you run around here, like I said, other enemies are going to show up, but there's nothing you can do. So see this area that's highlighted now? That's why I put that thing here, because you know, any of these areas, these events here, they're going to be good opportunities to farm enemies. So yeah, you want to maximize that opportunity here. So, and it's random what kind of event is going to be here. Hey, look, there's a druid. They're kind of annoying sometimes because sometimes I can use them with actual monsters. I'm like, you know, not that you can hurt them. If you're not in the red PvP zone, you can't hurt each other. But still, I'm like, you know, add like a druid that was a werewolf. And, you know, there's so many werewolves in the season of blood, and I'm like, you know, shooting at them and stuff, and I'm like, oh wait, that's the player. So for this particular event, you gotta follow this ghost kid around. You'll notice what I do here is you gotta stay in this ring when he's moving around. I find the easiest thing to do, for me anyways, as a rogue, is like plant my trap down and then sit my butt right in there. And that way, as the close enemies start coming towards me, they're gonna get hurt. Hey, thanks for opening that, big guy. Alright, so now we got a bunch of those blight fiend things, fragments. Okay, cool. Alright. So now the next area I'm going to make my way to is going to be down here. That's where there's going to be another event. Could be like this one, could be a different one. I'm hoping it's a different one, but it's random. Like I said, there's going to be a couple of types that are going to spawn in these areas, but these are both areas that they spawn in regularly. And they reset too. So like if you go do these and then go off and do some other stuff, I find it's actually better if you fast travel back to Gilgamesh. Maybe you want to trade in some of your fragments and stuff like that, you know, get some stuff there done, and then go ahead and do that circuit again. It's very likely that these events will reset. However, remember, since this is MMO, other gamers are also out here, and it's possible that they may have already done the event. So, yeah, it's not like you have, you know, this event staged for you. Anybody can trigger them, so be advised of that. That's the one thing that makes this a challenge, because in a way you're kind of competing with other gamers for resources. Not as far as the stuff that we dropped, we already talked about that, but as far as the events is concerned, yeah. But on the other hand, as you saw when Big Werebear showed up, it does come in handy sometimes to have a little help when, especially when pieces are coming on kind of thick. It does help to have a random, you know, gamer show up and just join the fight. And then, you know, later they go on their merry way, and that's cool. Burning scumbug? That'd be funny. It's almost like a humbug. Oh. Uh-oh. Treasure goblin. Get up. Get over here. There we go. I got him. I have no idea what he dropped, but I wanted it. You know, something shiny. Got distracted and had to have it. They're worth a decent little piece of experience, too, hitting them guys. They're nothing like they were in D3, though. Goblins are very, very underwhelming in D4, I gotta say. Alright, so this is the new area, and unfortunately, I'm guessing that it's already been done. Oh, what's this? Oh no! Here we go. Okay. So here's what you gotta do. This is what I was hoping you would see. This is great. Awesome. This is my favorite event. So, you see these husks around here? And all these booga boogas are going to gather around here and stuff like that. What you want to do is you want to ignite the wagon in the middle. Eventually. That's what you want. Although, you might want to just keep on farming shit. But you can't hurt these frigid husks until you ignite the wagon. Okay? So, once you're ready to, once you've decided, okay, I'm ready to do this, go ahead and click on here, broken wagon. Oh, never mind. That guy's going. There we go. Okay. Click on that, and now this fire ring is going to come. And when it reaches the totems, that's when they're going to thaw out and you'll be able to kill them. There we go. There's one down. Another one down. Now, if you don't get them all, because what's going to happen is the fire's going to go out. It's going to get weaker. And so if you don't get them all this time, you will have an opportunity to, actually, no you won't, because it's a timer. Uh-oh. Okay. Now this red cloak dude comes out. He's really huge, and he's pretty tough. He's Santa. This is Santa I was telling you about. That's El Symbol right there. That's what that is. Okay? This guy's doing exactly what I was talking about. Don't have enough energy. They know the lore. They know the real lore. Alright, anyways, this thing is not that bad, especially with the attack I got. What I do is I'll throw some all traps on them, and then I'll drop my poison trap on them, and I'll just kind of zoom it, and that's usually all I need to do. And there we go, he's dead. He drops a bunch of stuff. And then you can, of course, pick up all the stuff, all of the other things dropped as you were killing them as they were coming in. So, a pretty cool event there. And that event is the kind of event that sometimes shows up in that area that the first one I went to, sometimes it's one of these. And so, you get something from him. You get his red cloak, which, in addition to these blighted fragments, lightning fragments is something that you can use to turn in to get the currency that you want, so you can get those prizes that we talked about. And we're gonna go show you how to do that now. So what you want to do is teleport back to Kyovashad. Alright. And you're going to go this way. You're going to look for this little area. So it's basically from the waypoint, you just basically go west and then come in here. So now when you first start doing these events, you're going to have these different tiers, and each tier offers different prizes. There's 3 tiers. So once you have a bunch of your fragments and whatever you were picking up, you want to go to this midwinter proof exchange. Okay, you're going to click interact, and this is where you get to turn in all your stuff. Okay, so red cloaked trophy for midwinter proof. Midwinter proof is basically the currency that you want. Okay, so all this other stuff that you gather, the blight fiend fragments, the lost heirlooms that you get from those husks, and the red cloak, all of this stuff you use to turn in for that currency. So, and then you just go turn that in, turn that in.
I don't have the materials.
There you go. So I turned in all I could, and you don't get a lot of proof for it. You gotta farm quite a bit of this stuff. Okay. Now, if you want to see what your progress is in the tribute tier, you're gonna want to hit the L button, and that'll bring it up. And this is where all the different spoils, they call them, all the prizes that you can get. These first 2 is tier 1, and then tier 2, tier 3. I've already cleared them all. Been grinding on this for a while, so. Now, once you're upgraded all the way, once you've completed tier 3, then you're going to be able to then click on this midwinter ward, and basically it will be decorated, all decked out like it is now. From here on, you can continue to do what I did and continue to collect the more currency to get more stuff. But if you click on this ward, it's going to give you a 20% attack bonus against those blight fiends and that big red Hell's Nickel thing, right? So doesn't last too long, but hey, it's pretty cool, right? Now over here, this is where you use the currency that you got to get things. So click on this to interact. Of course, you could do all these different dialogues. I'm going to click Open Event Shop. Okay, and these were all the different transmogs that you can get. There's the one I got. Each one's got its own back trophy. There are some other ones too for the weapons. I wasn't too thrilled with any of them. I was like, I don't really care. I'm not interested in any of those. But if you do want one of them, I mean, obviously, go for it, right? This, well, it's kind of cool. It's not that expensive. Personally, I have no use for it because this is kind of specific only to this event and fighting the things in this event. Well, I have no problem fighting the things in this event, but take a look. I mean, if this is something you want, hey, you can get that and put it on one of your weapons or something. And then midwinter spoils. It's kind of like the other caches you get, just a variety of things that drops. And then there it is, the Gillian's Brew. Gillian's Brew. So the nice thing about this is, guess what? You'll be able to keep these after this event, this holiday event. So this is hot right now. Everybody wants these, obviously, because, after the event, you're going to be able to still use them. So this is pretty much what everybody's buying right now, are these Gillian's Brews. And this is pretty much at this point, the only thing I'm going for too, when I'm going after these events. So I'm gonna buy 5 more, 6. So I've got 9 of them now. So pretty cool, huh? And then of course, here's just all the regular stuff that these things drop. All right.
Well done.
Yeah, you too, guy.
You can take what's left.
Now, there is one other way to get those components other than going out there and fighting those creatures, the Blight Fiends, and that is going through a nightmare dungeon. If you go through a nightmare dungeon, then at the end of the dungeon, when you get out, you'll be given a cache, just like the one that you saw here. And when you open it, it's going to drop a bunch of those Blight Fiend fragments that you can pick up. So that's another thing, too. I'm not going to do that now. The nightmare dungeons take a little while to get through. They're pretty tough, especially at the higher tiers. But I'm pretty close to popping the next level. So what am I going to do? You know what I'm going to do is, well, I'm going to go to the Vampire World. Got some time left there? Yeah, sure do. Okay. Which is in Kedbardu now, so I'm going to go over there. And, this is still a place I love to farm for experience. Main reason is because, in addition to, of course, fighting the vampires and werewolves and stuff, and going through doing the ritual, which is really awesome for farming. I've got some great unique items that dropped from that event, which is some stuff that normally you have to go to fight uber bosses to get. So, and that's I think the only reason that they're dropping those things is because the drop rate's so enormously high, because you'll have like a whole bunch of elites just all dropping stuff. But I'm not going to do that right now, because I don't have enough blood lures to pull that off right now, because I need 150 of them. So I'm just going to kind of come through here. But another reason I like farming this area is obviously there's chests that you can open, and also the coffins, and there's a lot of good loot that you can find in those. And yeah, and of course there's so many mobs and enemies, so it's a great place to farm for experience and for for goodies. So, another ancestral, nice. Oh, and the other thing too is the whispers. Doing the whispers for the tree. Tree of whispers. So I'm killing multiple birds here at one stone. I'm doing the whispers and getting experience all at the same time. It's a win-win. Take long now, especially we got that 15% experience. There we go. Level 100. Devoted Protector. Sweet. New milestone reached. Trophy level up. Nice. Alright, let's get out of here. Back to Kedbardu. Whew. Appreciate you tuning in and watching all this and putting up with me here. This has been quite the climb to get here, and not really sure how fast I'm gonna level up. See, in Diablo 3, once you hit the Paragon levels, you were able to level up pretty quick from there and just multiply them. I'm hoping the same goes here, because like I said, it's been horrifically slow trying to level up here. But let me go into abilities now. All I got is 1 point. So these are my Paragon boards so far. I've still got plenty of nodes that I need to activate in these, but I'm getting ready to attach a new board, and I want to go up here because, well, that way I'll make the the old the Iron Cross. I'm weird, whatever. That's why I'm working my way up this way. So, and that's it. Another 5 intelligence will be. So let me get out of here. And yeah, I mean, you've seen me now, you've seen how I handle things. The build that I'm using is a variation, is a variant, I would say, of the Frost Viper meta build. I'm really missing just one piece of equipment, which is T-Balt's pants, I guess you call them. That's the only thing missing that they frequently use for that meta build. Um, but other than that, I've got all the other things. I've got the Frostburn gauntlets, which you've seen me use, and I've got the corroded signet, which you've seen me use, and then I've this is the only thing that's different for me is I've got the poison imbued basic attacks for puncture, which is, and I've, because I've enhanced the speed of that so much, it's really become my main attack. I mean, you just see me just, oh, and then the condemnation dagger. That's right. The condemnation dagger is what allows me to build up those combo attacks to let that rapid fire rip. So that's the only variation for me is the Frost Viper build. Normally, um, it normally builds off of the penetrating shot, I think you called it, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go back to the skill tree here. Yeah, penetrating shot, correct. And then what they do is they use the bow. What the hell's the name of that damn bow? I've got one of them. I tried it. I wasn't thrilled about it. The bow is called Eaglehorn. There you go. Okay. So Eaglehorn's penetrating shot has a 70% chance to fire an arrow that bounces off walls and scenery. And if you use there's a legendary effect that allows penetrating shot to split into two arrows every time it hits something. So all those arrows will be bouncing off all over the place. So I get that sounds kind of cool. Problem is, this isn't going to work in an outdoors environment because there are no walls. I mean, scenery, sure, if you're near some trees or some rocks or cliffs or whatever, but if you're just out in the open, they're not going to bounce off anything, as far as I know. I haven't really tried it. I've So I can't really say for certain whether or not this is really going to be effective. But you know what? If you got a couple of minutes, let's try it out. See, the only concern I have though is if I do that, right, I'm going to lose this power. And this power is huge. This is 40% increased damage. And it rotates fire, lightning, and physical, and then cold, poison, and shadow. Now, guess what? I use physical, cold, and poison. So this is really a big boost for me, and I'm going to lose all of that if I because that particular the elemental bonus damage bonus can only be put on a weapon or a gauntlet or a medallion. And while I have the frostburn, I can't change anything on that. And then I've already got this here, which is the venom bursts, the bursting venoms, which is also something that I'm using to increase my corroded signet power. So I don't want to lose that ability. And then I certainly don't want to lose my basic skill attack, speed, because that's really what I've been banking on here the whole time. And then I can't change any legendaries on there, and I don't want to lose my poison puncture. So you see the dilemma. It will basically it'll change my basic attack, which is really lethal right now, and make it dramatically less effective because I'm going to lose that huge 40% damage boost. So for me, for my purposes, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And the other thing is that my rapid fire attack only takes 25 points per attack. Penetrating shot does 35. Now, you might not think that's a big deal. Let me tell you something. It is. It's huge. You're only going to get a few of those off, and then you got to recharge and recharge. Whereas what I've been doing is I'm basically spamming my basic attack and then every now and then I'll let the rapid fire rip when there's something that's, you know, a little more tanky and I got to take care of them real quick. So that's why I said this is basically, I'm using a variation of the Frost Viper, but the idea of using the cold and the venom together is still the main component of this build. So I've still got that going. I've still got that. And like I said, the only thing I need is the Tybalt's Will, I think it's called. Those are the pants. That's really going to complement that X for the corroded signet, and make this whole, and the condemnation is going to make that whole build, you know, the max build. Now, Tybalt's Will is something that I have to go kill Duriel to farm. That's where most people get it from. And, well, I'm going to continue grinding right now and leveling up because Duriel is tough. I got him down to like halfway, and then he just wastes me. And it's mostly just due to the fact that you need to have a really good pool of health. You know, to be able to heal fast enough from the poison damage he's doing, because it goes down quick. So, you know how you saw me kill those other bosses, how I was healing as fast as they were hurting me? Well, with Duriel, he's hurting me faster than I can heal right now. So that's really what I need to do. I need to increase my total health pool, and then as I do that, then hopefully I'll be able to do with him pretty much what I've been doing with the other bosses and be able to take them on. So, and obviously the best way to do that is to keep on upgrading my levels and going to those Paragon boards, and there are nodes there that allow you to increase your health. I mean, the other way you could do it is to go ahead and install more red gems, but I've only got a few spots left to put them in, and I've used those to put in to increase my thorns, because obviously when you get things that are coming in close to you, you want to be able to kill them quick, because otherwise they kill you. So adding another 750 thorns here, that helps me when the enemies get too close to me, and when they start whacking me, they're going to get hurt themselves. So just kind of like a trade-off there. It's like, wait, do I want to boost my health more, or do I want... So I kind of did a little bit of both. I've got a total of +8 on the health there, but from here it's just going to be a matter of just going through the nodes and finding the ones where, let me just give you an idea. For example, go to the Paragon. Yeah, so notice these magic nodes here. Here's one. No, not that one. There we go, +2 maximum life, +2%. So, and then there's another one down here, and there's more of them out there. They're all over the place, and so that's generally what I'm going to be doing. Is just, there's another one here, but oh no, that's not the same thing. But like I said, there's several more of these out here on the board, and it's just going to be a matter of just boosting my overall health, so I'm more tanky, and that's going to be, I think, the key to defeating Duriel. So when we're ready, we will check it out. The other thing is, I wanted to mention those nightmare dungeons I've been farming. I did finally collect enough liquid, what is it called? Liquid fear? Is that what it is? Where the hell is that thing? Yep, distilled fear. So I can summon the other boss there. I forgot what the heck that thing is, but maybe we'll do that the next time I tune in. We'll take on that one. He's the next boss before Duriel. I'll tell you who he is. Hold on. Go to season journey, previous season. There we go. It's the beast in the ice. That's the thing. And let's see. And so yeah, I haven't fought him, but I will be checking him out hopefully in the next installment, and we'll see what that's like. Because Just like collecting the bloods for Lord Veer, it's getting those distilled fears. It's a long process because you got to go through those nightmare dungeons. Like I said, they're not quick, they're tough. So, but yeah. But hey, we hit level 100 today. That's pretty cool. And there's just a little, I just love the content. I love the constant. They've always got more stuff coming in here. Always got new things going on. And yeah, it keeps the game fun and interesting, and of course, there's just almost unlimited growth, which is really cool. So it's just a matter of trying to get better gear, and taking on bigger, badder beasties. And that's another thing too, the Abattoir of Zir. I haven't done that yet either, and I hear that is a real hell of a grind. So I'll be checking that out one of these times. But until then, enjoy until the next adventure.